Okay, let's do another motorcycle basics. What are we going to touch on today? Let's touch on shifting. Now there are a bunch of different ways to shift a motorcycle. The basic way is you pull in the clutch, shift it into gear, slowly let out on the clutch. That is your basic way of shifting. Now if you're on a motorcycle, or if you're watching this video, hopefully you already know that the gears go 1 down, 5 up on most motorcycles. Some motorcycles only have 4 up. Some motorcycles are set up with a GP shift, which is actually completely opposite. But for this video's sake, we're going to stick with the basic 1 down, 5 up. Like I said, the basic way of shifting, pull the clutch in, all the way in, shift it into gear, slowly let out on the clutch. Now when you're slowly letting out on the clutch, you're slowly rolling onto the throttle. Slowly roll on that throttle. Now most bikes, you don't even have to roll onto the throttle if you let out on that clutch slow enough. The problem with doing that is you're going to eat your clutch up. It's called dragging the clutch. Now for most new riders, this is the way that you're going to want to shift. You're going to want to pull that clutch in, let it all the way out. Now a step above that is one that I actually use for downshifting, and that's pulling the clutch in partially in, and this is after starting, of course. Just enough to disengage it and then drop it into your gear. Now this is basically the same thing you're doing, pulling it all the way in, but you're just cutting it off. It's a little bit quicker, a little bit less wear on your clutch. Now if we want to step above that, which is what I do on most of my upshifts when I'm actually getting on it, it's called a clutchless shift. And if you watch any of my videos, you'll see it a lot. I'll ride with one hand, but I'll still be shifting up, down. And the way I do this is a little flick of the wrist on the gas. You bleed it real quick and then let off, and I'm not going to say it's gear matching or rev matching, but it works. Same way. It spins it up fast enough, and that way it slows down once you're shifted into the next gear. Now this, I've had no problems out of it. This is the way that most people will shift that I've seen that have been riding for a while. Now, taking that a step further, you can buy something called a Quickshift. And what this does is it allows you to shift in this manner without having to bleed the throttle. You can hold the throttle wide open and just shift through your gears. Obviously this is more for the harder pulls and makes your acceleration a lot quicker, a lot stronger. Now, as I was saying, I don't really do a clutchless shift very often when I'm downshifting. Talking about shifting, and I go to first gear instead of third gear. Anyway, my mind was elsewhere. The reason I don't, it's a little bit harder to rev match going down. You have to catch it before it starts dropping into revs, because when you drop a gear, your revs are going to increase. Now, when you are clutchless shifting, you don't want to rev the heck out of it and cause it to go up 15,000 RPMs before you shift. On the other side of that, you don't want to let it drop all the way down to 2,000 RPMs before you shift either. Usually right in there, about a 2,000 to 3,000 RPM brake is where you're wanting. So that's about the difference between the gears on most bikes, if you're really on it. And honestly, shifting's that easy. The hard part is practicing and getting used to it. Now, a lot of new riders, they'll drop that clutch too quickly. And a lot of riders nowadays have no idea what a straight drive is in your car. A motorcycle is basically the same thing as a straight drive car, except for you're doing it with your hands instead of your feet. And some people just aren't that coordinated. I'm sorry, but let's face it, you know who you are. Better than your Porsche. But some people will drop the clutch, and a lot of times that will either choke the motorcycle down, or if you're revving the heck out of it when you drop that clutch, you're gonna have a real bad day because that front tire's coming up on you. And if you're still trying to learn how to shift gears, you are nowhere near ready to drop that front tire like that. You're going for a ride. Hopefully this helps you. Go ahead and check out a couple of my other videos. Hit that subscribe down there. Take a ride with me.